You must keep your wits about you today, Flo, said Mr. Grimes. There's a competition for all the factories on the trading estate. Each canteen has to make a cake, and the best cake wins a prize. And I want Grimes's Toy Factory to win that first prize tomorrow, Flo.
You won't be disappointed, sir,
said Florrie Fosdyke. She flicked through the pages of her recipe book. There was a large picture of a sponge cake with layers of raspberry jam filling, topped with marshmallow and chocolate sauce. Mr. Grimes agreed that that was the kind of cake most likely to win. The Raggy Dolls watched as Florrie set out everything she needed on the table. A mixing bowl, scales to weigh things, and a spoon for stirring. The sponge cake recipe said 1 cup of flour, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, half a packet of margarine, 2 large eggs, and a little water. For the filling and topping, it said half a jar of raspberry jam, 1 bag of mixed marshmallows, pink and white, and a slab of melted cooking chocolate. "Oh," groaned Sad Sack. "If only I hadn't eaten so much breakfast." Claude looked on with interest as Florrie set to work.
Butter cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Brick it and nick it and mark it with G. And there will be plenty for Grimesy and me.
Florrie sang as she worked and forgot to look at the recipe book.
She's putting the shells in with the eggs,
crackled Hi-Fi.
That's never 1 cup of flour,
whispered Lucy. More like a bucketful, agreed Back to Front.
Now she's adding salt instead of sugar,
Princess gasped.
Sacre bleu! This is an outrage, spluttered Claude.
Florrie poured the awful mixture into 2 sandwich tins and put them in the oven, which she turned up much too high. Then she set off with her trolley to see if anyone in the factory wanted a quick cup of tea. By the time she came back, the cake was beginning to burn.
Funny, what's that smell?
thought Florrie Fosdyke. She'd forgotten all about baking a cake for the factory competition. She looked at the oven. Smoke was curling out. Then she remembered.
Oh, heck, yes. Well, never mind. I'll tell Mr. Grimes it's a chocolate cake. He'll never know the difference.
When the cake was cool, Florrie dolloped the raspberry jam between the layers and covered the top with melted chocolate and marshmallows. It didn't look anything like the picture in the recipe book.
Not bad. It's quite eye-catching,
she thought. When Florrie had gone home, the Raggy Dolls went to see what the cake looked like. Perhaps it wasn't as bad as they thought, but it was.
"I don't think Grimes's Toy Factory has much chance of winning that competition tomorrow, do you?"
said Sad Sack.
"Yeah, about as much chance as an egg in a concrete mixer,"
chuckled Back to Front.
"It's no laughing matter," said Dotty. "The honour of the factory is at stake."
Claude was disgusted. He sat with his head in his hands, muttering in French. "Quel dommage! Juste ciel! Zut alors!" Then suddenly he jumped up.
"I have it!" he cried. "I, Claude the chef, will bake another cake to replace that, how you say, thing."
"What a spiffing idea," said Dotty.
"Oh, yes,"
agreed Princess.
"Claude is ever such a good cook."
"Action stations!" cried Back to Front. "Raggy Dolls to the rescue!" There was plenty of flour, chocolate, sugar, and marshmallows left in the larder, but no eggs or raspberry jam.
"We can use what's left of the cherry instead of raspberry jam," said Princess. "It was absolutely delicious at breakfast."
"Good thinking," agreed Dotty. "But what about the eggs?" Lucy went to see if the hens had laid anything lately. This time, everything worked. There was even some chocolate sauce and marshmallows left over. It was a splendid cake. Super! Well done, chaps, said Dotty. Mr. Grimes should be ever so pleased, said Lucy. And he certainly was, because next day, Claude's cake won first prize. Florrie Fosdyke didn't know how it came to have black cherry jam in it instead of raspberry jam, but she put it down to forgetfulness. Sadsack hadn't forgotten the leftovers. Claude lent him his chef's cap and apron, and for breakfast next day, Sadsack invented a new recipe: leftover croissants with leftover marshmallows and chocolate sauce.
It's called the Raggy Dolls Special,
said Sadsack, licking the spoon.
It's not much of a life when you're just a pretty face. Just to be whoever you are is no disgrace. Look around and you will find people of every kind, like the Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
dolls like you and me. Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
made imperfectly. So if you're not at ease with your knobbly knees and your fingers are all thumbs, stand on your two left feet and join our Raggy Doll chums. 'Cause Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls
Raggy Dolls
are happy just to be Raggy Dolls, Raggy Dolls, dolls like you and me.
If you want a way to brush up on your geography, the best thing to do is to have a look at Worldwise. It's the competition on children's ITV, introduced by David Jensen, and you can see it this afternoon at 10 to 5. Right now, though, it's the turn of Rainbow, and I hear that George is poorly.
Up above the streets and houses, rainbow climbing high. Everyone can see it smiling over the sky. Paint the whole world with a rainbow.
Oh, it's nothing serious. George has a tummy upset. Just give him some more of the medicine, and I think with a good night's sleep, he should feel much better tomorrow.
Well, thank you for coming again, Doctor.
Oh, that's all right. How are you, Geoffrey? You look a little pale. You're taking care of yourself, I hope.
Oh, I'm all right. Just a bit of a backache today, I'm afraid, and just feeling a bit tired, that's all.
Yes, well, you look after yourself. Cheerio for now.
I will, bye-bye. Thank you again, Doctor.
Bye-bye.
How's George, Geoffrey? Will he be all right?
Yes, I think so, Bungle. He's got a tummy upset. Gonna have to take some medicine.
Yeah, medicine. Oh, I bet it's horrid.
Of course it isn't horrid, Zippy.
No, the last time I was poorly, I had some medicine and it tasted nice.
Now, listen, I think we ought to let George sleep on his own tonight, so I'll sleep down here on the folding bed. Right, well, I'll go upstairs and give George his medicine now, so will you start tidying up away your things, please?
All right, all right.
Let's see now. 1 teaspoonful 3 times a day. There we are then, George. Now, this will help to make your tummy feel a lot better.
Thank you for looking after me, Geoffrey.
Well, I care about you, George. I want you to be fit and well again. We all do. Now, come on, you snuggle down, George. I'll pop in to see you before I go to bed.
Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, can you leave the door open, please, Geoffrey?
Yes, of course, George. Now, you try and get some sleep. I'm just going to do some washing up. I'll be off to bed myself. Oh, dear, I'm really tired tonight. Ready for my bed.
Geoffrey! Oh, Geoffrey!
Zippy! Quiet, Zippy. You wake George.
Oh, can I have a drink of water?
Oh, Zippy!
What was that? What was that? Geoffrey! Geoffrey!
Zippy, now all you've done, you've woken George. Now go back to sleep.
Geoffrey!
I'm coming, George.
Oh,
I'm coming.
Oh, Geoffrey, I heard a noise. He woke me up.
It's all right. Now calm down, George. Nothing to worry about. It was only Zippy wanting a glass of water. Are you feeling all right?
My tummy still hurts.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go and get some more medicine for you. Then I'll come and sit with you until you fall asleep again. All right?
Oh, thank you, Geoffrey.
Oh, dear. I hope you two slept a lot better than I did last night. What a night. Dear, oh dear.
Come on, Zippy. I think we should make a card for George to let him know we're glad he's feeling better. Would you want to help me?
I don't know. George is having breakfast in bed. I never get breakfast in bed. He gets all the treats.
Oh, don't be like that, Zippy. Look, I'll share my crayons with you.
Well...
And I'll let you look at my book afterwards.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Bungle. Yes. Oh, of course. That's it.
Hold the paper in half.
Yes, can you do that?
Like
That's it.
Now, what shall we draw?
Something with blue, because he likes blue. That's a good colour, that is.
And some red.
Yes, red, pinky red, like George. Yes, that's it.
Oh, Geoffrey, we're making a card for George.
Oh, that's good. You like that, Bungle?
Geoffrey, can you write to George on the inside, please, Geoffrey?
Yes, all right, Zippy, but you have to wait until I've finished all the cleaning.
Geoffrey, will the doctor be coming to see George again?
Oh, no, Bungle. George is feeling a lot better this morning.
Oh, Geoffrey, the doctors take care of people, don't they? They help them to get better.
Yeah, well, of course they do, Bungle. And nurses. They take care of people in hospital.
Yes, there are lots of people who look after other people. You must be feeling a lot better, George. You've nearly eaten all of your breakfast.
Oh, yes. Will it be all right if I come downstairs now that I feel better?
Of course it will, George. Actually, Zippy and Bungle have got a big surprise for you.
For me? Oh, I love surprises. You know, I miss not being able to play with them.
Oh, excuse me, George.
Oh, dear, you sound tired, Geoffrey.
Yes, I am.
Geoffrey, have Rod, Jane and Freddie sung their song yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, goody. I thought I might have missed it.
Well, I tell you what, George, why don't we hear the song now, and then you can get up and I can make your bed and tidy up the bedroom.
Caring is something we all have to do. Giving up some of our time.
Learning to see, learning to be there when you're needed for sympathy.
Caring for someone who's not very well. Giving up some of your time.
Maybe you will need someone too, a friend you can tell all your troubles to. Care for the children who need understanding. Show them the love you can share. Care for the people who care for the children. Someone will always be there. Care for the children who need understanding. Show them the love you can share. Care for the people who care for the children. Someone will always be there. Care for the children who need understanding. Show them the love you can share. Care for the people who care for the children. Someone will always be there.
Hello, Bungle. Hello, Zippy.
Oh, George, I am glad you're feeling better.
Oh, yes, we've missed you. Geoffrey, is it tea time yet?
Yes, here we are, Zippy, here we are. Oh, dear, I'm tired. I'm going to have to sit down. Well, Bungle, what about George's surprise?
Oh, yes. Oh, we've got something for you, George. Look.
Ooh, do you like it? Oh, yes, thank you, Zippy. Thank you, Bungle. You are kind. Look, Geoffrey, a card just for me. Geoffrey?
Jeffrey's fallen asleep.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Geoffrey.
Hello, Shane. Guess what? Jeffrey's fallen asleep.
Oh, I expect he's tired after running about looking after you three.
Yes, Geoffrey doesn't have anyone to care for him, does he?
Yes, he does, Zippy. He has you.
Oh.
And me. I know. Why don't I read you the story today?
Oh, yes.
Yes, please.
Then Geoffrey can have a little rest.
Yes. Now then, let's see. Oh, yes. This story's called The Monster. Now be good little mice, Charlie and Dot, said their mum. We're going to get some food. So you'll have to look after each other while we're away and promise you won't go out, said Dad. We promise, Charlie and Dot squeaked as they waved goodbye. As they sat down to play Worms and Holes, which is a game for mice rather like snakes and ladders, there was a loud pitter-patter of water outside their hole. Charlie and Dot peeped out. It wasn't raining. There was an enormous monster crying outside. It was crying so hard, its tears splashed to the floor. What's your name? Asked Charlie. Mog, sobbed the monster. Why are you crying, Mog? Asked Dot. 'Cause I'm lost, sobbed Mog miserably. We'll take care of you, said Charlie. Mog stopped crying and sniffed. I haven't a hanky, get you one. Charlie pulled the sheet off his bed. It made a perfect monster hanky. But Mog had started to cry again. If you go on crying like that, Dot said, we won't have any sheets left. I'm tired, sobbed Mog, and the floor is so cold. What can we give Mog to sleep on? Squeaked Charlie. He and Dot searched the home. There's only one thing big enough, said Dot, and that's the carpet. So they rolled up the carpet and pushed it through the hole. By this time, Charlie and Dot were as tired as Mog, and while Mog lay down outside, Charlie and Dot lay down inside, and all three of them fell fast asleep. A little later, Mum and Dad returned. Look, gasped Dad, dropping his parcel of food. Oh, help! Shrieked Mum, dropping her parcel of food. Charlie and Dot woke up. Look, Mum! Look, Dad! We found a lost monster! Squeaked Charlie excitedly. And we've been taking care of him too, continued Dot proudly. Just then, the big door beyond opened, and in walked... Mum! Meowed Mog, running towards the mother cat, purring loudly. Charlie and Dot have been taking care of me. Mog's mother walked up to the mouse's hole. Mr. and Mrs. Mouse, are you there? Yes, quavered Mr. Mouse, even though he was safe inside the hole. Thank your two children for taking such good care of my kitten. And from now on, I'll take care of you.
Oh, thank you, Jane.
Oh, that was good. They didn't know the monster was a kitten cat, did they?
Look, Jane, Jeff is still asleep.
Quiet, Zippy. Leave him sleeping. I think we better say goodbye now. Take care of yourself. Oh, and others. Bye-bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
It was Pippa the piano. She never went out with the others because she was just too big to get through the door. Tommy the trumpet used to say, with all those keys she's got, you'd think one little door be no problem. But Pippa didn't mind staying in, and she never got grumpy about it, though she certainly had a lot of different moods. What are you today? Tobias the tuber would ask. Full of beans and laughter, she'd reply. Just listen. And at other times, when Tobias asked, she'd be quite a different, all serious and no laughter. At the piano. She never went out with the others because she was just too big to get through the door. Tommy the trumpet used to say, with all those keys she's got, you'd think one little door be no problem. But Pippa didn't mind staying in, and she never got grumpy about it, though she certainly had a lot of different moods. What are you today? Tobias the tuber would ask. Full of beans and laughter, she'd reply. Just listen. And at other times, when Tobias asked, she'd be quite a different piano, all serious and no laughter. I expect when she's serious, she's remembering all the times we leave her on her own, said Tobias. Yes, what do you do when we've all gone out? Tommy asked her. You just can't polish your scales all the time. You'd be surprised if I told you really would, replied Pippa mysteriously. One afternoon, all the instruments had been asked out to tea. Are you sure you won't be too lonely? Asked Tobias. Quite sure, smiled Pippa. When she was certain all the instruments had gone, Pippa took a deep breath and started playing a very special tune. In fact, a magic tune. As she played, the room went black, and everything spun round very fast. Pippa had turned herself into a time machine, travelling back into the past. When the darkness cleared, she was standing in a green, gooey swamp, and all around her were giant dinosaurs looking at her as if she would be just right for dinner. Pterodactyls swooped down at her, and a huge brontosaurus reared up with a glint in its eye. Blistering black notes, this is no place for me, time to go. And she played the magic tune again, just as the brontosaurus was about to get his first taste of piano. Not a moment too soon, Pippa went zooming forward through time. Once again, the darkness cleared, but now she was in a royal palace. The king and queen were talking to a little boy called Mozart, and the room was lit by hundreds of candles, and ladies in beautiful silk dresses were dancing with men in powdered wigs. When the little boy saw Pippa the piano, he ran across the room and played a tune on her which everybody danced to. At the end of the tune, the little boy stood up and bowed to the guests. I hope he doesn't play me again. His hands were so cold, shivered Pippa. More, more, cried the dancers. Tinkling top notes, time for me to go, decided Pippa. She played her magic tune again and disappeared so quickly that poor Mozart, who'd been leaning against her, fell flat on the floor. This time, Pippa found herself in a Wild West saloon full of cowboys. How in tarnations did that get here? Cried a big man called One-Horse Jake.
Danged if I know,
wheezed an old-timer. I never look a gift horse or a flying piano in the mouth, said Jake. I'll give you a tune. Suddenly they heard, an Indian war party was attacking the town, firing burning arrows into the buildings. One-Horse Jake picked up his gun and said, if just one of them there arrows hits this piano, then there's gonna be trouble. Piano pedals, cried Pippa, as the air filled with gun smoke and flying arrows. It's time I was gone, partners. When the darkness cleared, she was back at the music house, just as the other instruments were coming home. What's this arrow doing sticking in your side? Said Tobias. Oh, that? I got that in the Red Eye Saloon when the Indians attacked, she said, knowing they wouldn't believe her. Oh, very funny, said Tommy. Pull the other leg. I expect the arrow came from the children next door. And they all laughed at the thought of Pippa ever being anywhere but the music house. But Tobias looked puzzled. There was just one thing worrying him. He knew there weren't any children next door.
What are you doing here? You're the drummer. I know, look, he's showing us how the piano works. Because, look, I'll show you. If you play the piano and you put your finger on a white key or a black key, a little hammer hits a string. Listen and watch. Do it again. Good. And if you don't learn the piano, you can have fun on a bottle or a tune percussion because they work like the piano. You hit them. And if you've got different size bottles, some with water, some without, you can have lots of fun. And if you practice, you might do this. Let's listen to Morris. me tell you a secret now about Catherine. She's a very, very famous pianist. She gives concerts all over the world. And do you know, every day she works for 4 hours. She calls it practice, and she does this. Show us. I'll tell you another secret. She started the piano when she was 6, and she practiced a little bit every day, not once a week before the lesson. And if you're learning any instrument, a little bit of practice every day is better than once a week before a lesson. And she worked so hard she became famous. I wonder if she used to play this kind of music when she was young. I don't think so. Go on.
Yes?
Ian, yes, thank you. Now, what have you got here?
I have got here my own piano. You see, there's a drawback about those pianos.
What?
Well, you can take a guitar and a trumpet, but you can't take a piano with you. I can take this piano with me. It's an electric piano.
That's true. And it's only a battery, isn't it, to make
that's
it work?
all.
And is it fun?
Oh, great fun. Listen, you make notes. And different sort of sounds, or nouns, even.
He's clever.
Piano, clarinet, strings.
Yes, yes, very
organ,
good. Yes, yes.
organ.
Give him a clap. He wants a clap. Yes, yes, yes. Now, OK, Ian, can you play a tune, Frère Jacques?
This afternoon, the Tickle post office has a visit from Bessie Bagwash. That's in Tickle on the Tom at 4 in Children's ITV.
Wow. 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 Wow.
This afternoon, the Tickle post office has a visit from Bessie Bagwash. That's in Tickle on the Tom at 4 in Children's ITV.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Let's pretend. Let's pretend.
Have you not got one? No. Have you got one? No. Hello, what have we here?
A sticking plaster.
Well, I haven't got any cuts and scratches.
Nope, neither have I.
I know who'd use one of those. Now, you've got to tell me who I am. Well, don't you know? I mean in our pretend story. Now, I think you need a plaster on that cut place there.
Aha, you're a doctor.
No. How are we today? Let me have a listen to your chest. Breathe in. And again. Bit more. Well, there's nothing wrong with the breathing in, but something the matter. Oh, breathe out.
Are you sure you aren't a doctor?
Yes, I'm sure. I want to take your pulse. Give me your paw.
Oh.
An animal doctor.
A vet.
That's right. I'd like to be an animal doctor. Must be great helping all those sick animals.
Here are some of the animal doctor's patients.
That looks just like my doctor's waiting room to me.
Well, animals get ill and hurt just like us.
And then they need their doctor. And the animal doctor's going to see what's bothering that rabbit.
Hello, Mr. Iverson.
What's the problem?
She's 6 years old and would like a checkup, please.
Is she eating all right?
Yes.
Yes, I wish I was an animal doctor.
Oh, but remember, animal doctors don't just help small animals.
No, that's right. They often help bigger ones as well.
Oh, like lions.
And leopards?
And monkeys?
And giraffes.
And cows.
This cow's got bronchitis. So you want to put a plaster on it and I'll inject her.
Okay.
Right, Mr. Dyer. Keep her in, give her hay and water, and I'll see you the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes. Think of all the different animals I could help if I was an animal doctor.
Let's see if we can fit them all into a song. When a lion has lumbago...
Or a squirrel.
...is feeling sore. When a giraffe has German measles.
Or a panther's hurt his paw.
The jungle is my surgery, and I don't charge a lot. I'm the doctor of the animals, and I know what's what.
When a tiger's got a toothache.
Or a monkey has the mumps.
Or a hippo's got the hiccups.
Or a camel's got the hump.
The jungle is my surgery, and I don't charge a lot. I'm the doctor of the animals, and I know what's what.
You know, there's one big problem about being an animal doctor.
What's that?
Well, animals can't talk. So a lion can't tell you when he feels sick.
Oh, and a giraffe couldn't tell you where it hurt.
That's right.
They can in our play.
Yes, we can do anything we want in our play.
Yeah, and I can be all the animals. Talking ones, of course.
And I can be the animal doctor.
Right then. What are we waiting for, animal doctor?
Let's go.
So now it's time to watch our play, the story of the animal doctor and his animals. Once upon a time, there lived an animal doctor.
Right, well, I'll be back at the same time tomorrow, then. Hello. I am the animal doctor. Sometimes they call me the vet.
Who lived in a jungle.
And this is the jungle. This is home for a lot of the big animals. Lions, monkeys, giraffes, all that sort of thing. And it's my job to look after them all because I am the animal doctor. I've got cures and creams and calamine, poultices and pills, walking sticks for centipedes and chili soup for chills, nose drops for elephants, bandages for sprains, pick-me-ups and tonics to ease all kinds of pains. The jungle is my surgery, and I don't charge a lot. I'm the doctor for the animals, and I know what's what. Yes, all the animals come to see me. I wonder who the first one today will be.
Hello, animal doctor.
Hello, Mary. And how are you today? Oh.
I've hurt my arm.
Oh, dear. And how did you do that?
Well, I was swinging and I hit my arm against a tree.
Oh, dear. Well, I think we'll need to put a bandage on that. And tell me, how is the tree?
It's blooming, thank you.
Good. Now, Mary, I want you to swing with the other arm until you're fit, and soon that one will be as good as new. Don't move. Fifi, how are you? I haven't seen you for years. Sorry,
Oh, thank you, animal doctor. Bye.
Bye-bye, Mary. Isn't Mary a marvelous monkey? I knew her father, of course, Basil Baboon. Now, Basil hurt his shoulder swinging from a vine. It's not at all surprising. He does it all the time. I put him in a sling, but he found it hard to eat. So when I gave him a banana, I said, peel it with your feet. The jungle is my surgery, and I don't charge a lot. I'm the doctor for the animals, and I know what's what. Well, I wonder who'll come and see me next. I recognize that roar. I've heard that roar before. Yes, this is Laura the lion. And how are you today, Laura?
Pretty awful, actually. Keep seeing spots before my eyes.
Oh, spots, eh?
Oh, dear! There they are again.
How often do you see these spots?
Oh, I see these spots a lot. Oh,
I even see them right in front of you now.
What? Oh, Laura, you're seeing a leopard. You know how leopards like to race around the jungle?
You're right. It is a leopard.
Hello, Larry, dear boy. I'm cured.
Oh.
Thanks to you, animal doctor.
It's nothing.
Oh, no. It was spot on. Oh, well, I think I'll just be roaring along now.
Bye-bye, Laura. Well, a busy day, but really just a typical one in the life of the animal doctor. The jungle is my surgery, and I don't charge a lot. I'm the doctor of the animals, and I know what's what. Oh. Now, here comes one of my favorite animals in the jungle, the giraffe. What's the matter with you today, Gertie? Don't you want to tell me? Oh, is it a secret? No, I think she's playing a game. Oh, I see. You've got a sore throat. Yes, oh, poor old Gertie. Well, we just need to keep that nice and warm. So what we really need for this is a scarf. Fortunately, I've got a mouse's scarf that I picked up last week in a jungle sale. Oh, but I don't think it's quite big enough. No. Well, maybe a long woolly vine. Does anybody have a long woolly vine?
Yes, I have.
Oh, then send it down, Tarzan. Thanks very much. Here we are then, Gertie, so we'll just wrap it round here, like this. Yes, that'll keep you nice and warm, won't it? There. And Gertie should be well again before long. Oh, dear. Seem to have hurt my ankle. Yes, Gertie, it's my ankle, actually. Oh, you're going to help me, are you? Very kind of you, thank you. All right, then, off we go. Ooh. Oh, Gertie, you've brought us back to where we started. Oh, dear. Do you think that perhaps you could find somebody else to help me? I did appreciate it on a... Bye. Oh, dear. All alone in the jungle. Not a very nice place to be when you're hurt. I wonder if anybody can come and help me now. Help! 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 Oh, Mary! You've got to be careful of that arm, you know.
Oh, my arm's fine now, thanks to you, Animal Doctor. So I won't be needing this bandage.
So I see.
Looks like you will. Oh, let me be the vet and I'll just bandage up your ankle. Oh, Doctor.
Yes?
Stop hopping.
All right. Mary, where would I be without you? In fact, where would I be without...